I used to be a regulator on the state level. I worked in the New York State Department of Financial Services, both in the Office of General Counsel and in the Enforcement Division. And in both those roles, I would say that the bread and butter of my practice was really focused on BSA AML compliance for financial institutions licensed in New York. So that means both New York domestic institutions, US institutions that have offices in New York, or international banks. The NYDFS is known to be an aggressive enforcer. One of the reasons that it's able to collect large civil monetary penalties, or at least has been in the past, is because it licenses the US branches of large foreign banks. One of the things that I learned during my time there was that in conducting a regulatory investigation, and also at the examination level to a lesser extent, regulators not only look for AML compliance on behalf of the regulated entity itself, but also on behalf of any contracting parties or third-party service providers that the entity works with. What that means for entities that are either regulated by financial regulators at the state or federal level, or entities that transact with regulated parties, is that in conducting the investigation, the regulator looks at these contracts. So if they see, let's say, that a certain third-party service provider has not drafted its AML policy to be as robust as possible, or failed to edit the name of the entity that they copied the policy from and change it to their own, which I've seen too many times, the regulator is going to eventually see that. After the regulator sees this AML compliance policy that is potentially suspicious, the regulator might look further into the entity and eventually see, oh no, the website does not specifically exclude certain US jurisdictions from the company's customer base. What ends up happening is that an investigation is then launched. So it's good hygiene for both financial institutions and anyone contracting, transacting, or partnering with financial institutions to make sure that your policies and procedures are in line with regulatory expectations more broadly and industry standards with regard to your competitors and affiliated entities.